Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abby, and I warmly welcome you to the Caribbean and to my container or my yardstead here in Trinidad and Tobago. I always mix up between container gardening and yardsteading, but since I've been raising my own meat to our production here in the yard, I have adopted the term yardsteading, and we have been loving it. This morning, guys, it's gonna be just a little update of what is happening in the garden. Of late, I've been dealing with a lot of allergies. Not too sure what's happening, but guys, I'm really struggling. I had to take some allergy medicine just to step outside. Wow, I just saw a ladybug on the okra plant here and it flew away. I don't know where she went. But listen, having spiders in the garden, ladybugs, and the different insects showing up in the garden, I don't know if it's a mind over matter thing, but I have been seeing some improvement in the garden. Just look at these peppers. I did not jet off. Since I put the ladybugs in the garden, I have not jetted off the plants because I wanted not to disturb the larva that I put in the garden. Do you see? I am seeing a difference, guys. I am seeing a difference already in the garden, and I don't think it's a mind over matter thing, because even look at these ones. You know, these are a little bit more open than they usually were. This one is still, I don't think it's a mind over matter thing. So putting those bird larvae in the garden was a very smart move, and I'm really thrilled about it. In the walkway here, we have a spider. You can see, I don't know if you can see him, but he's right here, and I'm going to let him stay. I'm not going to disturb him at all because I want more of him. I want more ladybugs. I want more everything. Look at how the tomatoes are fruiting. Guys, remember, I haven't had a fruiting tomato in my garden for so long. And look at that. This variety was a Caribbean variety, Aroma. So I don't think it's a very big tomato, but it's a tomato, and we are taking all the wins in the garden. This morning, I wanted to, first of all, plant out some old seeds I have here, some watermelon seeds. And today's the 3rd of April, and today's a planting day, so I want to get them in some dirt. And oh, look at that. Look at that. This is a beautiful sight, guys. I'm seeing them everywhere. It really was a smart move. So I want to take this corn inside, but oh, look, another one. Putting them in the garden was really the best decision I've made. It really was a highlight of my week. And I want to take this corn and carry it inside and see what we got of this corn. So I'm just taking a little stroll through the garden and taking it all in, because I'm really, my eyes are super scratchy. My skin has been flaring ridiculously high to the point where I'm heading back to the allergist. We gotta figure this out because it's getting more and more intense. Now, as a child, I suffered with many allergies, but this one, I'm not sure what's happening. So I don't know if it's a new plant in the area. I don't know. So we need to figure it out. The beans are growing. The children are thrilled. We are all thrilled. There are a bunch of beans coming along in the garden, and it's really nice to see. I have some adjustments to make. This chair is no longer safe for humans to sit on, and I want to use this chair as a stand for the plant so that I can use the back of the chair to hold the netting that I need to drape. What is that? Are you kidding me? Get off of my pak choy. Hello? Hello, no. Hello. In fact, let me take you for the chickens. The chickens will enjoy you a lot. Let's see who get you, sir. Hello, I got you a snack. Don't peck me. Take the worm, not my finger. I said take the worm, not my finger. There you go. Alright. So let's go back to what I was talking about. The leaf miner has been giving me a hard time with my leafy greens, and I have to get these all popped up. They've been giving me a hard time with my leafy greens, and I want to get them protected, and I need to cover them if I want to do that. There's a couple red amaranth in here. I don't need any more portulacas. There's a couple small plants that I need to pull out, but this is a curly kale, and you can see, I can see ants, which means once there's ants, there's aphids. The ants have come back. Oh my word. Look, there's another one. So I'm going to have to cover these up because the butterflies have joined the party with their babies. And so I'm going to use this chair right here to put the pots on. I'm just going to have, I want to lengthen this a little bit more so I could put 2 pots. So I have the pak choy and this with the kale and the pak choy that I want to put here to protect them from the bugs, or I will not get any leafy greens. And I replanting it so we can have greens on our plate. I'm a big fan of pak choy salad more than the lettuce, and now that the children are on board full on with it, okay, you can have it, guys. I really need to protect those leafy greens so that we can have our greens along with all the other vegetables that I'm trying to grow here in the garden. But watermelon, just showing you these peppers. Look at this, guys. I've added the ladybugs everywhere, and I don't think it is a mind over matter thing. The plants themselves are looking so much better. What did I do to attract them? I just planted herbs. So I planted dill, I planted basil, I planted parsley, I planted these herbs hoping that they will go to seed, that they will flower. And apparently these type of plants attract beneficial insects along with our water feature. I believe all of that had a combined pull of the beneficial insects. Never before did I see wasps in my garden. I would see the bees but never the wasp, but now we're seeing the wasp. That the black and the red Jack Spaniard, that's what I'm seeing in the garden, and those would of course attack the caterpillars for me. And I'm feeling so much better. It's a lot more effort to grow organically. I'm not gonna say not. It's a lot more effort growing. Hey, is that a mulberry flower? Oh, the mulberries blooming. The mulberries blooming, guys. What was I saying? It's a lot more effort to grow organically, but the feeling when you're eating it, like we put bhaji or amaranth in our stew yesterday, and it melted in our mouth, and it was so delicious, and there was no qualms about anything. It just felt right. It fit. When something fit, it just feels so good. This is feeling very good. I tried organic gardening before, but it was not all in like this. It was like a mix of conventional along with some organic methods, but this time is all in. And when I say all in, it also includes fertilizing. So it took some effort to save that blood from the chicken, to deal with that afterwards, because normally, you wash that down the drain and that's that, but I have to deal with it afterwards, put it in a bottle, put it in water, check it, see the scent of it, go through the odors, the different stages until it was ready for usage. And then now I'm using the compost tea and the banana peel tea. Every time we eat a banana, everybody knows to keep it now, to bring home and put it down in our jug of banana tea. And I'm seeing that the less fertilizer, which is the chemical fertilizer, that too is making a big difference in the garden. That too is making a huge difference. This morning I came down and I saw, let me switch the camera around because I can't see what I'm doing here. I saw blooms on my dragon fruit. Focus camera. I saw blooms coming up on this stem, and I'm trying to get it to focus. I saw blooms coming on the dragon fruit, and I was really thrilled. I was really thrilled by it, guys. It made my day. I'm telling you, the garden is giving back to me all the efforts that I put into it last year till now. I am seeing returns, and it feels so good. Oh, so good. The onions, they're doing great, guys. I try to keep my onions straight because we also have a black caterpillar. If you're growing onions, guys, you got to make sure that it stays weed free. It doesn't really tolerate that type of competition well. So if you're growing your onions, don't allow any, I say any, not even the smallest weed, unwanted plant to stick around in the garden. So there's a black caterpillar that comes by. You can see caterpillars are around now. There's a black caterpillar that comes by and chops the onion off at the base. And I like to keep my onion straight up so that I can see that culprit as soon as possible. So you can see there's a mix of red onions, white onions. The seed pack was a mix, so there's red and whites in there, and everybody is doing well. They're all due for a feed. Now that they're bulbing up, I'm just going to give it one more feed of nitrogen, and after that I'm just going to give it the banana tea and hold up off the nitrogen because it's starting to bulb. But once it's bulbing up, you want to pull back on that nitrogen. But everybody's looking so good in here. Some a little smaller, I guess they're being shaded out. So let me just bend this daikon radish out of the way. So I'm just out here taking a stroll in the garden, this one. I'm just going to give it one more feed of the nitrogen. You can see that. I can see a bit of soil mite. So it's really good to come through the soil mites as well. They can cause a lot of problems in your onions. So you got to look out for those things as well. So you pull out all the weeds you can pull out of your onion bed. And keep it as weed free as possible. People talking about cutting the onions. The wind is so strong that the onions they're becoming a mangled mess. Yeah. So another thing that I've added to the garden is a couple more bags. I gotta go and get one more for here. I gotta clean up this stuff. My husband deals with automatic gates and garage doors and stuff like that. So he has a lot of scrap metal, so we wanna have like a field day with the children because we're homeschooling. And so what I'm trying to do is to accumulate as much scrap metal as possible so that we can take them to the scrap yard for them to experience what it's like going into the scrap yard as a field trip. When you're homeschooling, you have to become creative in finding things for your children to experience. Yeah, that's why they have field trips at schools and stuff like that. But as a parent, you have to do it on your own, and you have to strategically select so that learning continues to be fun for them. Yeah, so in the corner here, I moved out most of his junk, and I placed these sacks with local soil and grass clippings, lasagna style. And in these first 2 sacks, I planted corn. I planted 8 seeds, and in both sacks, 3 out of the 4 came out. So we have corn coming by here, and so I'm going to start feeding that with my liquid fertilizer. But because it's in the corner here, away from the glut of the garden, you know, the bulk of the garden, I'm going to look for something that could allow me to do like a drip irrigation, because corn is a heavy feeder and it likes a lot of water. So I'm going to look for something that would allow me to keep the corn well fed. Yeah, here is a zinnia. I planted 2 in this bucket and only 1 survived, and I pulled this out of the ground and I planted it, and it's going to survive. It's starting to grow more. Yeah, I haven't had anything planted in these 2 as yet, and I'm thinking watermelon, and to try and create some kind of trellis in here, like straight up. I'm not too sure as yet, but that's the hope. But I'm definitely going to plant those watermelon seeds. They are very old. I planted 2 of the pepper trees here, and I hope these come by. I also want to plant some more blooms over here because there's a pink cosmo that I have, and I'm really feeling like planting more because I want to attract more beneficial insects to the garden, and that's what blooms do. So once you have a variety of blooms, that will help out. So I have roses, the putilacas, the morning glory, the gomphrenias, the zinnias. Right now, one of the dill is going to seed. Once you have a variety, it works out really, really good. In my last video, I asked if anyone knew the name of this bloom. I didn't get a response. I'll just ask one more time if anyone knows what this one is. I took this one from the side of the road, and the bees love to be in this flower. And it's quite beautiful. It's a pale yellow with a fluorescent yellow in the center with almost black. It's deep purple, but it's almost black. It reminds me of the Black Eyed Susans that we see in the American videos, but it's not quite that, because the Black Eyed Susans, they stay open, whereas this one in an hour or 2, that's going to be completely gone. But isn't it gorgeous? It's so beautiful. Really, really beautiful. The tonka beans are dropping all the fruits, and this year we're going to attempt making essence. You know, we tried to get vanilla essence, but we're going to attempt using local things to make our own, you know, essence for bakings and making drinks and stuff like that. And I want to use the bean of the tonka bean because it's quite a unique bean, quite a unique scent, and so I'm interested in seeing how that works out. Plus, since having gallbladder removal, all my liquor inside the cupboard, the doctor advised that I stay away from it, and so occasionally I might take a quart full of wine here and there occasionally, but I try to be obedient to him as much as possible. So I'm thinking all the vodka and stuff that I have in the cupboard, I could try to make my own essence with it. So we're going to try that out this year, but first we need to let the fruit dry until the seed is shaking on the inside, and then we could tap into those beautiful beans on the inside of the tonka bean. I should do a short to show you how we eat it, And also I think I might document, because the children has never tasted it. This tree too suffered the last 3 years. The fruit came out black, and this is the first time in a couple of years that we had a good crop. So the first time that the children would get to taste it, and I think I'll document that. Because as I said, I'm always saying it's a unique bean, it's a unique fruit. And just to give you an idea, I'll document the reaction to the fruit, so you can have an idea of what I'm talking about. On my feet here I have my seedlings, and I am so upset right now because something came through, and I could bet my bottom dollars those ridiculous birds came and decapitated 2 of my seedlings. So at least I still have one. I'm going to protect this one with every fiber in my bean. You can see the drips are already on the seedlings here. These are pak choys, cauliflower, cabbage, some tomatoes. Look, I'm pretty sure the bird came through, because this one is a sweet basil, and it is completely different to the one that is already in the garden. The taste is quite mellow, very nice. Over here I put some dill in the seed, but the bugs ate most of it, and we still got one plant. And here I put some petunias, because I want some ever blooming flowers in the garden, just to hide a bit of the plastic, a bit of the containers, just add some more beauty to the containers. Yeah, so this is the dill that's blooming right here, so I'm allowing that's set to attract lacewings and ladybugs, so I'm going to allow that to continue doing its thing right there. So all in all, guys, I'm seeing so much improvement in the garden, so much improvement. I'm seeing this bug here. What's that? Oh, it's a bee, but he's shaped differently to the others I've seen. He has a different shape. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. I have some infrastructure to do on this side. In fact, let me show it to you before we leave. My husband came and he did some of the masonry for me, because in the rainy season, when it's flooding, the water used to go in under and inundate the chicken coops, and it is very stressful for me, very stressful, because the chickens get sick. He just needs to come and finish up this corner for me, and what I have to do now is clean up this spot, sweep it up really good, and I'm going to be adding bitumen, something that we get locally here as well. Bitumen is like a tar, and that's going to completely seal. So I'm going to paint a good inch on the floor, inch up onto the panels, so that when the flooding takes place, because rainy season is coming, hurricane season is coming, and so I need to get prepared for that, because it's, like I said, it's really stressful. It's a very stressful time for me, and I'm trying to avoid dealing with sick chickens. Very distressing. So I am going to put bitumen on the corners. It worked on the other side. I did the other side by myself. I tried a little bit of masonry there, and it worked. So the water isn't coming in on the chicken coop on that side. But here where the water backs up, I didn't get to it. My husband put in the masonry part, and I'm gonna complete it by putting in the bitumen. So that's what we're going to do in the next video together. I want to say thank you to all of you, all of my subscribers, my new subscribers. Thank you so much. My old subscribers, thank you for holding on and watching my videos and commenting, giving me my tips, answering me when I didn't know the name of certain plants. Whew, my hands are tired. And just enjoying this journey with me. I know that you were patient with me last year. I know many of you would have preferred that I would have been on the organic route from the get-go, but we've passed that. We've learned, and we're getting better each year, and that's what life is about. It's about getting better every single day. And so I need to get better with my animals. So this year I'm going to be focusing on seeing how I can stop the flooding in the chicken coop, as well as how I can help my daughter grow her egg business, because more and more people are coming and we have to turn away people because we don't have enough eggs. And so I'm supposed to end this video. Yeah, I'm showing you more. She got 25 more little baby chickies, and you guys should purchase it with her own profits, and she's doing so well. Sometimes I still have to, coax her or tell her do her chores. That's normal for a 6-year-old, but she does like the money making part of it. I wonder who she gets that from. And she's doing good. I'm the one who takes care of the chicks for her. She's still a little wee one, so I'm assisting her, and as she gets older, more and more responsibilities will be given to her. But what I'm trying not to do is to overwhelm her to the point where she hates this kind of living. So I'm trying to keep it as lighthearted as I possibly can. If you're a parent who teaching your child how to grow their own food, just leave some tips as well down in the comment section as to how I can keep it fun. Yeah, anyway, thanks again, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a big ecosystem thumbs up and a dragon fruit thumbs up. I'm especially stoked about it. I had my moment of total freak out and bliss, and now I'm calm now and I'm taking it all in. Thanks again, guys. See you guys in the next one. If you haven't already, subscribe. Bye bye.